Hello, students of higher secondary first year arts having economics. Myself Aurobindo Kherkatari, Department of Economics, SS College Hailakandi, Assam, India. In continuation of our lecture on Introductory Microeconomics of Unit 1. Today we are going to discuss on the law of diminishing marginal utility, why it operates, what are the significance of law of diminishing marginal utility in economics, and consumers equilibrium with utility analysis. So let us start. Why does the law of diminishing marginal utility operate? There are basically two reasons for the operation and application of this, that is law of diminishing marginal utility. So the law operates due to following reasons. Number one, each particular want is satiable. Since a particular want of the consumer can be fully satisfied, therefore, as he consumes more and more units of a commodity, the intensity of the want diminishes and he gets less and less marginal utility. As our particular want is fully satisfied, therefore, as he consumes more and more units of a commodity, having the full satisfaction, the intensity of the want diminishes and he gets less and less marginal utility. Number two, goods are not perfectly substitutes. Another reasons for the operation of law of diminishing marginal utility is that goods are not perfectly substitutes. Different goods are not perfect substitute of one another in the satisfaction of a particular want. So, for the satisfaction of a particular want, the goods are different goods are not perfect substitutes of one another. Marginal utility of a commodity will not decrease if it could be used as a perfect substitute for other units of commodity. So, due to not perfect substitute of the goods and commodities, the law of diminishing marginal utility operates. The next is our importance or significance of law of diminishing marginal utility. The law of diminishing marginal utility has great theoretical as well as practical significance. The following points explain the significance of law of diminishing marginal utility. Number one, basis of law of consumption. The law of diminishing marginal utility is the basis of several laws of consumption like law of equimarginal utility, law of demand and consumer surplus. So, these are the laws of consumption in which the law of diminishing marginal utility operates. Number two, variety in consumption and production. As a result of this law, there is a variety in consumption and production. So, due to law of diminishing marginal utility, there is a variety of consumption and production. It is a known fact that as a consumer consumes more and more units of the same commodity, the marginal utility falls. Therefore, after a certain limit, he will stop buying the commodity and start buying other commodities. This will force the producers to bring a change in design, quality, and packing of the commodities. Number 3. Basis of progressive taxation. In a progressive taxation system, the government levies more taxes on rich people than on poor people. So under progressive taxation, the rich have to pay more taxes than the poor people. The reason for this is that marginal utility of money falls with increase in income. Therefore, the rich people are taxed at a higher rate than the poor. So marginal utility, diminishing marginal utility is the basis of progressive taxation. Number 4. Importance in the theory of value. The law explains how changes in supply affect the commodity prices. If a producer wants to sell more of his product, he has to reduce the price. The reason is that as the supply increases, the marginal utility falls. It means the consumer will buy more goods only at lower prices. Number 5. Importance for the consumer. The law helps the consumer in regulating his daily expenditure. For the regulations of a consumer's daily expenditure, the law of diminishing marginal utility helps the consumer. It guides him not to spend too much money just on one commodity as the marginal utility from additional unit falls. To get maximum satisfaction, he should spend his income on other goods also. So, law of diminishing marginal utilities also have significance for the consumer. Now let us explain consumer's equilibrium and determination of consumer's equilibrium. A consumer is in equilibrium when he gets maximum satisfaction out of his limited income and he has no tendency to make any change in the existing expenditure. So, when a consumer attains maximum satisfaction out of his limited resources or income and he has no tendency to make any change in the existing expenditure, that is known as consumer's equilibrium. In case of single commodity, consumer is in equilibrium when marginal utility of X is equal to price of X or MUX is equal to PX. So in case of single commodity, the conditions for equilibrium is MUX is equal to PX. Marginal utility of good X is equal to price of good X. And in case of two commodities, consumer is in equilibrium when MUX divided by PX is equal to MUY divided by PY. So this is two commodities case, that is MUX divided by PX must be equal to MUY divided by PY. So assumptions. Consumer's equilibrium under the utility analysis is based on the following assumption. So for the discussion of consumer's equilibrium, we have to assume the following assumptions. Number 1, the consumer is rational, that is, he wants to get maximum satisfaction out of his limited income. Number 2, utility can be measured in cardinal number, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in numbers. Marginal utility of money is constant. The utility of money, that is marginal utility of money, remains or assumed constant. Number 4, assumption, there is independence of utilities. That is, utility of each commodity is independent of the prices and utilities of other commodities. Number 5, there is no change in the taste, habits and prices of commodities and income of the consumer. So all these remain fixed: taste, habit, prices and income. Determination of consumer's equilibrium with utility analysis. So here we are discussing the determination of consumer's equilibrium with utility analysis. Consumer's equilibrium through utility analysis can be determined as follows. Number 1, single commodity case. Number 2, two commodities case. So with utility analysis or through utility analysis, we can determine the consumer equilibrium for single commodity case and two commodities case. Number 1, consumer's equilibrium with single commodity. When a consumer buys a single commodity, his behavior is guided by the law of diminishing marginal utility. When a consumer buys a single commodity, as it is a single commodity case, his behavior is guided by the law of diminishing marginal utility. He will try to consume the commodity up to a point where marginal utility, that is MU, is just equal to its price. That is MUX is equal to PX. So this is the equilibrium condition with single commodity. Marginal utility of good X must be equal to price of good X. For example, let us have an example. Sonia loves eating ice cream. Her marginal utility, schedule and market price of each cup of ice cream is shown in the below table. In the first column we are having cup of ice cream, then we have in the second column marginal utility, then we have the price of ice cream. As Sonia start consuming ice cream, her initial utility in terms of money from first cup is 25 units. So the marginal unit of first cup of ice cream to Sonia is 25 units, which is shown in the table. And further goes of diminishing from additional cups because law of diminishing marginal utility applies upon her. And when she goes further for having another cup of ice cream, her marginal utility goes on diminishing from 25 to 20, 20 to 15, 15 to 10, 10 to 5. Marginal utility from fifth cup is 5 units. If market price is rupees 15, which is shown in the table, price 15, 15, 15, 15, 15, she will gain equilibrium at third cup. She will, that is Sonia, will gain equilibrium at third cup of ice cream, where mu is equal to price. Mu 15, price here is 15 at third unit, where mu is equal to price is equal to rupees 15. It will be known as her equilibrium situation. So third unit is known as Sonia's equilibrium position. It will be known as her equilibrium situation, which yields her maximum satisfaction. It is shown through figure 1 in the next slide. So diagrammatic representation. The consumer is in equilibrium, that is Sonia is in equilibrium at point E, where mu is equal to price. At the point E, Sonia attains equilibrium. Here the consumer consumes, here Sonia consumes 3 cups of ice cream, 3 cups of ice cream. Any additional purchase, then this level would put her to losing position. If Sonia wants to purchase additional unit of ice cream, this will put her to losing position. It is shown in the diagram at 4th cup of ice cream. So in the 4th cup of ice cream, we are showing the losing position of Sonia. Here her marginal utility is less than price to the extent of E and T. So Sonia is having less marginal utility, less than price, equivalent to E and T, the dotted portion in the figure 1. Hence consumer is in equilibrium at point E, where mu is equal to price. So this is in case of one commodity case. Now let us add consumer's equilibrium in case of 2 commodities. When a consumer wants to buy 2 commodities, his equilibrium will be determined in accordance with the law of equimarginal utility. So when we take into account 2 commodities, then in the determination of consumer equilibrium, we determine it in accordance with the basis of or with the law of equimarginal utility. In this case, he will distribute his money income among these goods in such a way as he gets equimarginal utility in terms of money from all the goods. Some economists call it as proportionality rule. In case of 2 goods, consumer equilibrium would be marginal utility for good X divided by price of good X is equal to marginal utility of good Y, price of good Y, and is equal to marginal utility of money. So here mu X implies marginal utility of good X, mu Y implies marginal utility of goods Y, Px implies price of good X, Py implies price of good Y, Mum implies marginal utility of money. So with this condition, we can determine the consumer's equilibrium in case of 2 commodity. It can be explained with the help of following table. Units of money from 1 to 6, In the second column, marginal utility of good X, and in the third column, marginal utility of good Y. So units of money from 1 to 6, marginal utility of good X from 14 to 3, marginal utility Y start from 10 to 0. So here mu X divided by Px is equal to mu Y divided by Py is equal to mu M, which is our conditions for equilibrium in case of two commodity case. So 8 unit divided by 1 unit is equal to 8 units divided by 1 unit. In this case, when consumer spend 8 unit of money on X commodity, which is clear from this table, what we have found, in this case, when consumer spend 4 units of money on X commodity, we are having 8 units of marginal utility of good X and 2 units of money on Y goods and gets equal marginal utility of 8 units. So in case of commodity Y, marginal utility, when we are having 2 units of money, marginal utility is equal to 8 units for good Y and gets equal marginal utility of 8 units. It is clear from our table. Now, when marginal utilities are equalized, total utility is maximized. When marginal utilities are equalized, 8 is equal to 8. Total utility is maximized. So here total utility is equal to, in case of marginal utility of good X, 14 plus 12 plus 10 plus 8. In case of good X, and plus in case of good Y, marginal utility 10 plus 8. 10 plus 8 is equal to 62 units. So here our total utility is 62 units at this equilibrium position. In no other case, consumer can get utility of 62 units. So in other case, the consumer will not be able to get utility equivalent to 62 or more than it. So let us have the diagrammatic representation of consumer's equilibrium with two commodity case. Here in the diagram 2, PP1 represent marginal utility of X goods and QQ1 represent marginal utility of Y goods. So PP1 marginal utility of X good, QQ1 marginal utility of Y good. Each shows equality at 8 unit, and both these marginal utility curves shows equality at 8 units, and marginal utility line EMUL is drawn from it. In the extreme right, we are having the EMUL line or curve, marginal utility line. Consumer spends 4 units of money on X good as per our table of money on X goods and 2 units of money on Y goods, which is depicted in this diagram. It is the ideal situation for the consumer known as consumer equilibrium. Now, if he spend 1 less unit on X goods and obtain an additional unit of Y commodity, his losses are more than gains. So he loses more than what he gains. Therefore, he will not make any changes other than E and E1 points as shown in our figure 2. So he will not make any change or divert from point E and E1 points. So here is the consumer's equilibrium with two commodities. So students, with this we end up today's lecture. Thank you all.